Hi, Jordan. Thank you so much for coming in today. There's some candy on the table and also some fidgets. So I know it's not easy always coming in. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me today.
Okay, they said I had to go.
So tell me a little bit about how things are going lately. I know that in your referral, it mentions Mrs. Allen. Do you want to tell me about who Miss Allen is or what she means to you?
She's just someone that I have to see.
Uh-huh.
Stuff isn't going great, according to Mrs. Allen.
hmm
She said that my grades seem like I don't care and that my attitude overall just isn't great.
hmm
So, yeah,
So do you want to tell me what things have been making or what feelings have you had to make school harder lately or showing up for school? Is there something that's bothering you in particular?
everything really. Uh, Parents have issues. They're always
Mhm.
on me about stuff. The teachers think that I'm lazy and
Sure.
they don't get anything. Um, I feel like I'm here, but I don't want to be here. So it's like I'm just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And it sounds so overwhelming. I'm proud of you again for showing up today, so thank you. Have you felt like this before, or is this a new concept for you, or is there something going on in this season in particular?
I guess I've been off for a while, probably since last semester. It got worse when tryouts didn't go the way I thought or hoped. Didn't make varsity, and that was like half the reason why I even tried in class. So I just stopped caring.
Yeah. Were you trying for basketball or baseball season this year?
Best.
Nice. So tell me, are you still able to hang out with your friends, whether that be through basketball, or just regular family members or other friends?
Not really. I stay in the room. I talk to people on Xbox, but it just seems like I play a lot of video games or sleep. Um, I don't really text people back. I don't really try to talk to them. Just don't really get the point.
Hmm. I hear you saying it feels like nothing really matters right now. Have you had any thoughts of not wanting to be here or hurting yourself?
I don't want to kill myself or anything. But sometimes I think it'd be easier if I just didn't have to deal with this.
Hmm. I appreciate you being honest with me. When you have those thoughts, do you ever make a plan or just think about acting on them?
No, it just kind of crosses my. I don't think I would do anything.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. That matters. Would you be okay if we work together to figure out some support for you? So maybe that's talking to Mrs. Allen or your parents about getting some space and support to help you work through this.
I guess you can. I don't want people to think I'm crazy or make a big deal out of it, especially with my parents.
Yeah, not at all. And I want you to know that you're not alone in feeling this way. And asking for help is such a really strong and brave decision. So we're going to go at your pace. Are there any teachers that you feel like are in your corner at school?
Um, some, maybe like Mr. Gamber.
Mhm. Are there other organizations outside of school that you feel supported in? Like, do you play basketball on the weekends at the park, or is there any kind of support like church or other religious groups?
Not really.
Okay,
I used to go to the park, but not since basketball didn't go the way.
sure, that makes sense. So, how do you feel about coping skills? And so that's something that can help us re-regulate or reroute when we're having those feelings or like self-doubt or worry about ourselves or feeling anxiousness. So a way is kind of like those tools that are in front of you, right, to help re-regulate. Do you like going outside? That makes sense to me. So tell me about Xbox. There's maybe some games on there and a community that supports you.
Well, with Xbox, just whatever game that I'm playing, you may chat with people on there.
Yeah,
I'd say that may be a coping because you just kind of forget about everything else.
yeah. And you mentioned your parents. Do you mind telling me a little bit about who your caregivers are?
Uh, Mom can stay home, but my other siblings are kind of a mess, so it seems like she's always worried about them. And then dad works a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm assuming you don't get to see him as much because he's
No.
working.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. So Jordan, are you the oldest sibling in your family?
Yeah,
Okay. Does that come with a lot of responsibility on your end for taking care of your siblings?
I think it can.
Yeah. Do you feel like maybe that's a factor in your behavior or your mood going to school, feeling tired?
Maybe it could. If it
Yeah.
does, I don't notice it.
Sure. Okay. Okay, so you talked about Mrs. Allen and also Mr. Garber?
Yeah.
Gamber, okay. All right. Are there any other people, any other friends?
Mm, I have like school friends,
Yeah,
but more casual.
sure.
Like you don't talk about super deep stuff or anything like that.
Yeah. I know sometimes that's hard finding people that you feel safe around and trust. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
Can I go?
Sure thing. Yeah. So we're gonna plan to meet, if it's still okay with you, next Thursday around the same time and same place. Does that work for you?
Yeah, if it gets me out of math.
You got it. I'll see you next week.